Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all keeping well. It's Paul here, and today we are back working on a Rolls-Royce, but not the one behind me. We're going back to Nick's house, and we're going to have a look at his 1926 20 horsepower Park Ward Saloon, and we're going to run through the starting procedure. So this should be really interesting. How to start a pre-war Rolls-Royce from cold that hasn't been ran for a few weeks. So we're going to do that, but we'll probably get a chance to have a bit of a closer look at the workings of the carburettor and also the distributor and see how it all comes together to actually get the engine started. So grab yourself a cup of tea. This one should be good. Relax, settle down, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Let's go. Get in. Well, I'm back in Nick's amazing garage, and the car you can see behind us is the car we're going to use for this cold start video, which is a 1926 Park Ward Saloon 20 horsepower. Beautiful car. So we'll have a bit of a closer look at it in a minute, but I'll just introduce Nick. Nick, say hello to everybody.
Hello, good morning.
We've got some nice, it's a cold morning, but we've got a bit of sunlight coming through the garage window. And when was this car last started?
Last started probably about 3 weeks ago.
So it's been stood for about 3 weeks. So we'll get going with the video. Hope you enjoy it. Before we get started, Nick, I've noticed first of all, I've noticed that there's a bit of a difference here between your Sportsman's Coupe here that we've had on the channel a couple of times. I've noticed this is for those that don't know, I'm looking at the carburettor here. This is a brass carburettor. I've also noticed before we start that it does have, am I right in saying that's a sight glass?
Sight glass, yes, correct, yes. Yeah.
Is it a brass, is that because it's an early car? Do you want to just explain to me a little
1922 when this model came out, they put a sight glass and also a filter at the bottom of the carburettor. This changed in late 28. They did away with the sight glass and they put the filter on the firewall. So that's the difference between the carburetors.
All right. Now I remember working on cars in the 1980s when they still had carburetors, some of them, and I can remember a lot of carburetors did have sight glasses on, and what I was taught was that we should always look to see if the petrol is midway. Is that still the case on this?
Yeah. So if we turn the petrol on, the autovac,
right,
and if the camera zooms down, there we are, we can see the petrol is right across.
Oh yes, I think that's coming through. Yeah, we can see it's right in the middle.
Yep. So the fuel is at the correct level.
So we know we've got petrol in the carburettor.
Yep.
Right, what has to happen next then, Nick?
So what we do is if the car's been laid up for any length of time, I personally always flood the carburettor. So we just unscrew the top of the reservoir and you'll see the fuel level now will start to come up.
Right.
There she goes. It just helps, there we are, we've got petrol flooding out the top of the car. It just helps to start the car a little bit easier with a full reservoir of petrol.
So by unscrewing that, you've basically overridden the float.
That's correct, yes.
And now I can see that on the sight glass that the line's disappeared because the petrol's right at the top.
It's
now.
right at the top, yeah.
And that's just basically helped to increase the amount of fuel going in for the initial startup.
Yeah. Now these cars don't have chokes. What they have is a cold start unit, which is a separate tube which runs right the way through the block, and it feeds pure petrol straight into the cylinders. And it's so we get drawn air in through this cylinder on the side of the carburettor. The minute it starts, we have to shut the cold start off as soon as possible so that it doesn't overfuel the cylinders, otherwise it washes all the oil off the bores. So the minute it'll run without the cold start, it'll go on to its normal carburation.
So Nick, you were just explaining there, we wouldn't call it a choke on this because it's basically a cold start mechanism, isn't it? This is the rod here that comes just to the back here. Yeah. And this opens
it's a Venturi, which feeds pure petrol straight into the cylinders. Yeah. So there's a separate Venturi that goes right the way through the engine block. And it's like a primer.
Yeah.
So the minute the engine starts, you shut it off immediately. The engine will run without it to save the petrol washing the bores.
Yeah, and that's quite critical, isn't it?
Quite critical, yeah.
Some people have made a mistake before where they've left that on too long and it's washing the oil off the bores.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
It must be used very, very sparsely.
And again, we'll show you where this actually connects to a lever on the steering wheel.
On the dashboard.
Yeah. On the dashboard.
Yes.
Yeah. And the other thing that's interesting, again, for the viewers, there's two air intakes. So there's an air intake here. You can see these slots.
Yep.
And there's an air intake here.
Yep.
There's no air filters.
No filters
on this,
no.
Because this is an early 20 horsepower. It doesn't have an air box.
Nope.
So, am I right in saying there's some kind of gauze in there or not?
Nope.
Or is it, no, it's just
no
open.
gauze at all.
Just open. This one is as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, before we start this car, it is worth mentioning how beautiful the carburettor is and how well engineered it is. It is a lovely thing to look at. Right, let's find out how it actually works. So when Nick leaned in before and opened the fuel tap, we've just pushed the car outside so you can actually see what he was doing. So this is the auto vac, which is basically works like a petrol pump. And this is the tap.
On-off tap.
On-off tap. So how does this work, Nick?
Just pull it up and turn it.
Turn it like that.
That's it, it'll stay up. The fuel,
I see.
Petrol's now on.
Good. Right, we've gone back to 1926 and we've climbed into the car and we're going to go through the procedure. So let's just recap. We've opened the fuel tap on the autovac. The other thing that Nick did, which he likes to do, is to flood the carburettor.
Yeah, if they've been stood for a while.
If they've been stood for a while, it just helps to increase the mixture strength. So now we need to go through what we need to do in the car.
Starting procedure. Okay.
Okay.
So the first thing we do is the carburation. We've got the mixture control on the dashboard here, weak and strong. So we need to put the lever right over to strong, so she has a strong mixture.
Yeah, I can just make out where it says
weak and strong.
Weak and strong on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the starter carburetor we were talking about under the bonnet. We turn that to starting, so that now has opened that Venturi.
Right, so that
give you the fuel.
That's the actual lever that's connected to that rod that I was pointing to.
That's it. So that's priming it. On the steering wheel we have the hand throttle and the ignition control, and we are going to retard the ignition right down to late.
Yeah.
And also on the hand throttle we're going to close it completely for startup.
Yeah.
We then turn on the ignition. Now the handbook, and it's quite strange actually, the handbook does state that you can operate the starter and then turn on the ignition. I don't think that's necessary. It's the only handbook I've ever read that states that you operate the starter and then flick on the ignition switch. So we flicked on the ignition switch now.
What's that say on there?
That's ignition and charge.
Ah, I see.
So we're just going to put it on the normal ignition. So we've got ignition and then we've got ignition and charge. So that will charge when the engine's running.
I see.
And the other levers for the side lights and headlights. So we now got the ignition on. We've got it on cold start, full strength. And then we have a button on the floor.
So
a foot pedal.
Yeah, so
which operates the starter solenoid.
We have so this is a foot operated
Starter
solenoid, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Which I'm now going to press. Obviously make sure it's out of gear.
Straight away, I heard a little backfire, a little tiny, probably because of the amount of petrol.
Weak mixture, yeah.
So
a little bit of a hand throttle, give it some revs, and we're turning off the starter carburettor right the way off now, and she's running without it now. If she did splutter a little bit, I could just flick it a little bit.
So you pretty much just
it's literally
off now. A few seconds after you've started, you've gone back to running. But I noticed the other thing you did is when it started, you put some advance on.
Yes, I'm half advanced now while she's on tick over.
And you put the throttle up a little bit as well?
Hand throttle, yeah.
Just so it can tick over?
Yeah, so you can tick over.
Yeah.
You've noticed the oil pressure's come right up.
Yeah, because it's cold.
It's 30 pounds.
Yeah.
She's still on a strong mixture. I can start winding that back, but if you notice if I wind it back too much, it'll start to hesitate a little bit there.
Yeah.
No, she needs more mixture. Stronger mixture while she's warming up. There we are, she's away now.
Is the normal running position to be down here?
Yeah, you want it running.
Once it's warmed up?
Once it's warmed up, you can run it as far and weak as possible. Yeah. And that's the levers set for warming up.
Yeah. So kind of half each while it's warming up?
Yeah. Depends where they're being set up actually.
Yeah.
I know where these are set up, so I know she's on half advance there, and I can operate the hand throttle as a foot throttle just for warming up. Don't over rev them when they're cold. It causes excessive wear on the engine, so just warm them up gently. Then I'll see picking up now on the week. She's getting better as she's warming up.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, you were just explaining to me there, Nick, that this bottom lever here is basically controlling the jet.
The mixture.
It's the mixture.
Yeah.
Because again, this is before mixture and jetting was fixed with later carburetors.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a little bit happier now.
Yeah. Now she's warming up.
I mean, the temperature gauge hasn't moved yet.
No.
But I mean, take that all the way off. It hasn't changed, does it?
Yeah.
I can feel it's on a little detense, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's that one that's really critical. That one should only ever be, once the engine's started, that wants to be put back
Wants to run without it, so you must put it off.
Yeah. So if we brought the throttle down a little bit now,
push it in. That's it.
She'll probably idle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's idling nice now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steady as you like.
Yes.
Within
Lovely.
a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We're just going to let it warm up a bit because me and Nick have got the same opinion where we don't like, when an engine starts it needs to warm up. Shouldn't really be shutting it off. You know, it's always good to go through a bit of a heat cycle, isn't it?
Yeah, bring them up to temperature.
Bring them up to temperature, you know, and then it doesn't do engines any good to start up and then shut off straight away. And that
Correct.
Sort of thing, so we're going to let it warm up a bit. We might have a cup of tea and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at when Nick moves those levers. We'll have a look and see what's actually happening at the engine end, and again that will actually help everybody who's watching sort of figure out a bit like me, still figuring it out, what actually changes down at the business end under the bonnet. Is that normal, Nick? I can see there, now that we're idling, that the float level is at the bottom.
That's it, the bottom of the sight glass.
Bottom of the sight glass?
Yeah.
That's normal?
Yeah.
because I guess the float is compensating now.
That's it.
For the engine running, yeah. Nick, just a quick question.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we started this from cold, we had the
Fully retarded,
we had it fully retarded, and am I right in saying that for when the engine's fully warmed up, you would run that right up?
No, we're going to put it right up when we're on the road.
Right up on the road.
So when she's warming, we just want it on halfway.
Halfway, yeah.
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 And then when we're on the road, you know, 30 miles an hour plus, we can start advancing it.
Yeah. If you move that lever for me now, Nick, for the distributor. So as Nick moves the lever in the car, you can see there, what it does is it moves the distributor, advances and retards.
Anti-clockwise, fully retarded.
Yeah. Move it the other way for me, Nick.
And then as you advance it up, it'll go clockwise to full advance.
What I hadn't realised, I thought because there was a lever connected to the distributor, I thought that was the only way. But Nick has just explained to me that these do have a mechanical bob weights as well down in here. So
to advance,
as the engine speed increases, it can actually advance itself.
Yep.
Which I thought was amazing. Actually, I didn't realise that had been invented. Bob weights type system had been invented back then.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah.
You know, with this moving mechanically on a lever in the car, I thought that was the only control for ignition, retard and advance.
No.
Unbelievable. Do me a favour, Nick, just move the cold start to primer.
Lever, yeah.
Ah, yes. Hang on, let me just...
So now she's opened the Venturi to let pure petrol straight through to the inlet manifold.
Just move it again. Ah, yeah, there we are. I can see the connection there. And again. Yeah. Oh, it's that rod there, yeah. So it comes up there. So these are amazing, these little rods. That comes from the steer wheel, comes across there, along there, and opens that little valve there. And then the other one,
Mixture control.
Mixture control.
And that is controlling the jets for weak and rich mixture.
Fascinating. And then the other thing that I just wanted to show was there is a plunger in here, isn't there? Which moves up and down.
The air valve.
Yeah. Which is known as the air valve.
Yeah. So that controls the air when the carburetor requires more fuel.
Yeah. Work of art. Absolute work of art.
Henry Royce was a genius.
So when you were moving the mixture
control,
I noticed, Nick, that we've got a rod that goes down to this, which I'm presuming is a jet, and I think you said that was the fast.
Yeah.
And then but this rod also connects.
Yep. To the slow running jet at the rear of the carburetor.
Right. So there's a fast and slow. Just explain a little bit about.
Yeah. So when you're on tick over, the slow running jet is operating all the time. This one's shut off. When you get about 12 miles an hour on the road, the fast running jet will come into operation, but it won't shut off. A lot of people think that the slow running jet shuts off completely. It doesn't. It stays open. So all you're doing is the fast running jet is opening up at the same time, and it's only semi-closing the slow running jet. So they're working together.
I see.
They're working together. Yeah.
All preset from the factory.
Oh yes, all
Yeah.
preset.
But this can be removed, can't it, for cleaning purposes?
Yes, this is your air valve. So this can be unscrewed. gently taken out. This is your air plunger, which is quite critical.
Yeah.
And the book
Spring
says
loaded.
it's got to drop about 1.5 seconds. Where a lot of people this is quite critical how you polish this inside. So you've got your piston inside with a spring. And this must only be cleaned with Mepo or polish. Never ever use anything abrasive.
No, because
this.
I can see that gap's critical there.
Absolutely critical. And that's your plunger.
Yeah, you don't want to be scratching that ball.
No, no, no. I have seen them at auto jumbles, and you can see where they've been for sale.
Yeah.
They've actually been scored with emery paper. So you can only clean them with Mepo or polish. And that's critical. So that's your air valve, which comes into operation when you require more fuel, and then the air will push that piston up, allowing more air to be drawn in through them Venturi's air to increase speed, and that also operates the fast running jet.
Well done about you, Nick. I'm ready for a cup of tea.
Yep.
I'm learning a lot here.
We'll just stick this back in the garage.
Just blip the throttle, just see if I can catch that. Oh yeah, I can see it moving. Like a sewing machine.
It's nearly as quiet as the coupe, but not quite.
Nick's just found a quite interesting little diagram for the carburettor, so we can see some of the things that we've. So I can see here the fast running jet that, well, here it is down here, that Nick was talking about. And just explain a few things on this diagram. I mean, I can see the
that's your air valve.
the air valve that you unscrewed.
That's right.
Up here.
Yeah. So so when the throttle's hit, the air valve will open up to let more air in. At the same time, it'll open up the fast running jet, which lets more fuel in.
Yeah, this is obviously bolted onto the engine block here.
Easy butterfly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is your slow running jet.
Yeah.
With your lever.
So the jets are down. Both jets are actually down in the bottom.
Yeah. The fixed jets with the
levers at the top.
The needles. So when she requires more fuel, the air intake will open up the Venturi, more air will come in through the air intakes, which will open up the fuel for the fast running jet. And the idle jet still is open to a certain extent to let more fuel through. And
then this is the little.
This is the cold start we were talking about
valve.
earlier. That's the little tap, the shut off valve, and at the moment she's open.
Yeah.
And when that turns, it shuts it off. Yeah. So that feeds pure fuel straight into the inlet manifold.
Useful diagram.
Yes.
Very good. Well, Nick, I just want to say thanks very much again for letting us use your car for this really interesting cold start and chatting about the carburettor and a bit about the distributor. It's been really fascinating as usual.
Fine, you're welcome. You're welcome. No problem.
So hope to see you again soon.
Yep, sure. Thank you.
Well, there we go then. I hope you enjoyed that episode as much as I did, being around Nick's and his beautiful 1926 Rolls-Royce Saloon, Park Ward Saloon. I always feel quite privileged when I go around there and spend a bit of time with those beautifully cared for cars that Nick has over there, and I do appreciate the time he spends on letting us all try and learn something new about the vehicles. And yeah, it's an interesting procedure, isn't it, to get one of those vehicles started, but I guess once you've done it a few times it's just like second nature. But you just don't give it a thought, do you? You know, when you start a modern car, you don't realise that, well, you don't remember that behind the scenes there's computers that are figuring out getting the mixture right for the starting, getting the spark timing correct, and everything else that goes on behind the scenes when you throw the key. But when you get into a pre-war car and you have to put all those settings in the right position yourself, it does remind you about everything that has to go on inside an engine for it to start from cold. So yeah, really interesting. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. And check out the playlist for the pre-war playlist that we've got on the go on Life on Cars. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, look after each other. It's getting cold now. Watch out for those roads. There could be some ice coming soon. We're getting towards the end of November. So yeah, be careful. But above all else, I will see you very soon with something else on Life on Cars. So take care, guys. See you soon. Bye now. Bye-bye.